Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Cringy, and in today's video, we're going to be ranking every single game I streamed in 2025. So I don't really have videos for every single game that I played, and we don't really have a functioning VOD channel at the current moment. So I'm going to be giving like a brief overview on every single game before we give it a rank and why we're giving it the rank that we're giving. Let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, so the first game on our list, Fortnite, of course. So for most of you watching this video probably know that I come from being a Fortnite streamer, and I played Fortnite for almost the entire year that I've started streaming. With that all being said, I really love Fortnite, especially when I started playing it. It was a very a comfort game for me. Me and my wife played it. Me and my wife streamed it together. We met a lot of our current viewers from Fortnite, and we kind of built our entire streaming platform on Fortnite. Overall, I loved it when I was playing it. Now, with the standing that Fortnite is in, I currently don't enjoy it that much. I think the updates and everything that they're doing is really unreasonable, and I'm sorry for all the Fortnite fans. I'm really tired of the collabs, man. For me, the collabs are ridiculous. All of it's become a cash grab, and I just don't enjoy it or feel the same way about it that I did. And it's kind of made me appreciate other games a whole lot more. With that being said, I'm gonna put Fortnite, god damn it. So sorry about that technical difficulties, because I'm a dumbass. We're gonna put Fortnite into C tier. Not a bad game. Mechanically, it's the same mostly as it has been for a really long time. I think it does have some positives. It's a really popular game, yada. I personally just don't agree with the things that they're doing. And moving forward, I barely even play it unless me and my wife play it off a stream, and we're just playing it for something fun to do and not taking it seriously pretty much at all. The next game on our list is Battlefield 6. I'm going to include the beta in this as well as the current multiplayer and RedSec. So it's all going to be kind of a jumbled go over. But when the beta came out, I played it a lot, like probably more than most people, and I really loved it. I've been playing Battlefield for a long time, since Bad Company 1 and 2 back on the Xbox 360. I have nothing but love for Battlefield. I think it went through a really bad time, and Battlefield 6 has pretty much been the cure-all to that, to be completely honest. Battlefield 6, the beta was absolutely fantastic. It felt like Battlefield 3 all over again, which is my favorite Battlefield of all time, and I have nothing but good things to say about it. When the actual game came out on full release, I fell in love with it. I don't get to play it as much because we've been playing a lot of story games and focusing on that for stream, and just like kind of grinding through and playing new stuff for me, or stuff that I haven't played before that I just have a passion for. But the multiplayer and RedSec and everything is just absolutely fantastic. Sorry about all the pauses, guys. I'm not super used to doing this. This is a one take for me, and I don't do that very often. But yeah, Battlefield 6 for me is almost nearly a perfect game. The multiplayer is fun. All the game modes are fun. RedSec's a fucking blast. And yeah, dude, it's honestly a callback to Battlefield 3 for me, and I thoroughly enjoy it. So for this, I'm gonna put Battlefield in A tier. Very much an A tier game. I think it's very deserving of the spot, and it's overall just absolutely fantastic. All right, next on our list, Cuphead. Man, this game. So we typically play a lot of hard games on stream because everybody likes to watch me struggle. Plus, I like playing hard games that actually challenge me and challenge me to get better at them. Cuphead is great for a lot of reasons. I love the multiplayer, even though I've only got to play multiplayer as like a couch co-op kind of experience with one of my friends. Overall, though, the game has aged, and you can tell it's aged because it's been out for a long time now. The DLC was cool. The gameplay is kind of just, you do the same thing over and over again, whether it's a different boss or a different run through. It's all just really repetitive for me, and I did actually like genuinely struggle with this game. The game kicked my ass all over the place. I think the game's great, but it just really wasn't for me. It didn't resonate with me. It didn't really hit like that button for me per se. And for that, I'm also going to be putting Cuphead in C tier, just because I personally didn't enjoy it as much as most other people probably have. I think the game's really great. The game's really hard, and it has a lot of positives. But for me, like, it's not really my cup of tea for most games, to be honest. Goblin Cleanup Crew. This game's interesting. We streamed this one time, and it was kind of a deep pull for me because it was just like a one-off stream that me and the wife just wanted something chill to play. Something small, something indie developed, and like it was cool. I think like the whole concept of it's really cool. You get thrown in to these dungeons that you're supposed to like repair after everybody's gone through it. So you're like the back end of every RPG game ever. So when you're playing like Skyrim, for example, you go through a dungeon, you fuck it all up, and the goblins are inherently going behind you and cleaning it up in secrecy. So overall, I think the game's really cool. I think it has a really good vibe to it. Streamability though, it's really slow and kind of just grindy. You have to go through these areas and pick up a bunch of random shit and just like try to make everything neat. And overall, like it's just kind of boring to stream. I could do it probably on my own and just play it like a grind and just like enjoy it for what it is. But like for stream, it was kind of not great. So for that, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in D tier, to be honest. It's a cool concept and I get it. It's kind of something different and neat, but it's really not for me. And that's okay. That's okay. Moving on to Hollow Knight. I really loved Hollow Knight. Honestly, I hated the beginning of the game. I felt like, being that I played Silksong first, but we'll get into that a little bit later because Silksong is also on our list. Being that I played Silksong first, Silksong felt much more of like a lateral, straightforward kind of experience. Hollow Knight kind of throws you in and you get really confused in the very beginning, especially if you have no prior knowledge of the game. This was my first time ever actually playing like a Metroidvania, and that was being with Silksong first, of course, and then moving on to Hollow Knight afterwards because I felt like I had... What the fuck? Once again, of course, we've had technical difficulties because that's just what happens to me all the fucking time. Excuse my language. Actually, no, excuse my language. I curse all the time. Nonetheless, Hollow Knight was really cool. I didn't like that it wasn't lateral. It felt very weird compared to Silksong, and I didn't really enjoy it as much as Silksong for a lot of reasons. But towards the end game with the DLC, like the Pantheons and everything, was a blast, and I loved that portion of the game. And end game, when you have all your abilities and stuff, everything feels much more smooth and like a just overall better experience. I'm definitely putting Hollow Knight in B tier because it is a game deserving of love, and I understand why everybody appreciates it as much as they do. It is absolutely a fantastic game. Other than the beginning's my biggest gripe, and I couldn't stand the beginning of the game. Moving on to Ninja Gaiden 4. I absolutely loved this game. This game was fantastic. Everything about it felt cinematic. Like middle fight scenes, crazy with all like the deflections and the music and everything going on. Like it was very good. I don't have really any gripes. I played on the hardest difficulty, well, the first hardest difficulty, not Ninja Master or whatever the hardest difficulty is. But yeah, no, this game was absolutely spectacular. The fight scenes were really cool. The regular fluid combat was great. Learning all of the different abilities to do different combos was amazing. Yeah, I really don't have any gripes with this game. I think this game definitely belongs in A tier, and I think more people should play it. Like, really honestly, like, the price is worth it. If you have a Game Pass, it's even better because you get to play it for Game Pass for free, pretty much. It's great. Like, definitely play this if you have a chance to play it. Moving on to Oblivion Remastered. I am very biased when it comes to this game. I have nothing but love for the Elder Scrolls series, and being that Oblivion was the second Elder Scrolls title I ever got to play, other than Morrowind, of course, Oblivion's absolutely fantastic. The story's great. The RPG elements are some of the best RPG elements in most games. The part that pissed me off with the remaster was they removed most of like the funny shit you could do, like the paintbrush trick where you could just like climb into the sky on a giant paintbrush ladder. You know, that kind of stuff made me upset, but like I get it. They tried to polish it and make it much more like realistic, I guess, in that sense. The DLC is still great. Like Shivering Isles is one of the best DLCs in gaming for me. I absolutely love it. I have nothing but good things to say about this as well. This is a solid A tier for me once again. If you played Oblivion before, you know what I'm talking about, and if you enjoyed Oblivion, then the remaster is just a more polished, cleaner version of Oblivion that we already had. So A tier for sure. Moving on to Peak. I was really impressed by Peak. This is probably going to be my first S tier game on the list. It's the best friend slap game that I've ever played. The mechanics are super great. It's super funny, especially if you have a group of friends. Like, this is a laugh fest and a hate fest. Like, you're just shitting on each other because someone does something dumb, like falls off the side or loses all of your food or your equipment, or you're sitting there in the corner laughing because you froze over and you're just kind of stuck on the ground. Like, it's absolutely amazing. The updates they've done so far have pushed this game way ahead of what I ever thought it could possibly be, and I still really appreciate this game. Me and my wife and my roommate played the shit out of this game, and absolutely loved it. To be honest, this game is very, very deserving of S tier. And once again, if you haven't played this one, please go play it. It is fantastic. Get a group of friends together, go sit down, have a laugh, have a good time. And it's also a challenge, which is even the next best part of it. Being that it's challenging towards those like later levels and some of those harder difficulties, like the game actually gets like really, really hard. And I really, really recommend playing this one for sure. Moving on to Repo. So Repo is another really good friend slap game. I'm not big on like the horror genre of games. I never have been. But for me, Repo was super, super fun. We had a shit ton of laughs playing this game. The mechanics are kind of wonky sometimes. The leveling system's kind of wonky sometimes. The enemies are always wonky. And it's honestly just a comedy fest. For the most part, we would just be standing under a table, screaming shit at each other and watching each other's mouths move because it's hysterical. I never got super far in it personally. We played this for like a week and I really loved it and enjoyed it. It's not a bad game by any means. I haven't played it since most of the new updates have came out, so I can't really speak on that. For me though, this game is probably in like the B tier range. I think it's really good. I think it needs some work and some love still moving forward. I'm sure it's done a lot since I haven't played it, but overall the game's fantastic. I really enjoyed it. I loved it. Me and the wife had a good time playing it. We just haven't gotten a chance to go back and play it yet. Schedule 1. This game, I'm kind of disappointed. When we first got into this game, we got it pretty much on release because it was super hyped up. We had all the other big streamers playing it. Me and the wife were like, let's try something new, something different. And you know, I like resource management games and like, how do I explain that? I guess grindy, like, why is my brain not working? Grindy simulator games. Sorry, I don't know why my brain broke there, but like simulator game. It's really cool. It's a good like thought, and it has a lot of like neat process behind it, like going to trim your plants or make certain mixes, or all the automation that you can do. I think is really like intuitive and neat. But it kind of fell short. So we got towards the end of the game and we bought the last property that we could buy, and then it felt like there was nothing left to do. We had the best product we could make in the entire game, and then we kind of just sat there and twiddled our thumbs because there wasn't anything more. The guy that developed the game promised a lot of updates that unfortunately didn't come in time, and I think this game just falls short into D tier. Early on, the game was probably like an A tier for me, but then by the end of it, we were just like, there's nothing left to do, and it still seems like they haven't added a lot. I know they had a pretty big update just recently, but it kind of fell short for us. So yeah, it's definitely like a D tier game. I would recommend playing it, but I think it needs more time to actually be polished and add more content, or it's just going to fall short too, because you're going to do everything you can and then there's nothing to do. Moving on to Sekiro. Another great game. Another fantastic From Software game. Also very, very cinematic, just like Ninja Gaiden 4. Every combat, you know, every fight that you go into ends up being some like cinematic masterpiece with the parries and the dodges and like all the abilities you can use. Mind you, the game is also insanely hard, so if you haven't played it, and it's unlike any other From Software game ever. It's not like Elden Ring, it's not like fucking any of the Dark Souls, it's not like anything like that. It is very, very different, and that's the part that I think made it so special for me, was it took everything that we love about From Software and then 180'd it and said, no, actually rushing into combat is what you want to do, and you want to be the forward advance, and you want to be doing the parrying and all the attacking, and just being on your forward foot, which is very different for like 90% of Souls games. You're always trying to roll away or dodge and like don't get touched by anything. This game rewards you for being forward, and I really, really appreciate that. So this game is going to go into A tier for me. Absolutely fantastic. If you haven't played it, please go play it. It's another great From title. Just go play it, please. Sorry guys, I had to take a brief pause. I'm running out of breath because I talk too fucking much. That's just what I do though. If you ever come watch the stream, shameless plug, 1 AM PST, damn near every night, come tune in, come hang out on Twitch. Please, for the love of God. I love you guys. Anyways, moving on to Silksong. For being that this is my first Metroidvania ever, I didn't really know what to expect. And then I fell in love. Mechanically, the game is fantastic. The storytelling is fantastic. The combat is fantastic. All the abilities and shit that you can use, fantastic. There is not a single gripe about this game. I know a lot of people are mad because they're like, it's so hard, but like, I don't know why you would play a game that you know is going to be hard and then complain about it being hard. If you're one of those people, video is probably not for you. I'm just kidding. Stay, please. But nonetheless, like, I fell in love. This game is wonderful in every sense of the word. It was kind of weird to play a Hollow Knight and Silksong in reverse. It definitely made Hollow Knight feel aged and clunky in comparison. But overall, Silksong is another S tier game for me. Absolutely S tier. It belongs there. It should have won Game of the Year in my opinion. I haven't played Clear Obscure, so it is very biased opinion. But yeah, nah, Silksong, absolutely 10, almost a perfect game to me. And if you haven't played it, definitely go play it. Now moving on to Skyrim. This game has been re-released more times than most games ever, and has a remaster way too many times for every console under the sun. Nonetheless, it's still one of my favorite games of all time. It still holds up. It's still Skyrim, and it'll just never change. The mod support's pretty cool, even though I don't like modding games. I'm very much a vanilla player. I like good performance, and 90% of mods for me have always just like had negative impact on that. So maybe I'd have to do a little a video series on like Skyrim modded for the first time, because that's something I'd be interested in exploring. But overall, if you played Skyrim, which I'm sure everybody watching this video at some point has played Skyrim or watched somebody play Skyrim, being how popular it is, it's still just Skyrim. So I'm gonna put this in B tier because it's definitely a B tier game for me. It's great. It's not as good as Oblivion to me. The RPG elements don't feel the same. It has the normal RPG Bethesda quirks, and I mean, it just is what it is. It is Skyrim, and that's all I can really say. Moving on to Ghost of Tsushima. I am biased, and I'm just going to go ahead and straight put this game into S tier. This game is my favorite story game of all time. I loved it so much when I first got it on PlayStation 4 that I had to go buy the collector's edition after I played it. That's why we got the mask up there on the shelf behind me. Once again, nothing but fantastic things to say about this game. Another game that if you haven't played this, please go play it. The story is great. The combat's great. The option it gives you to either be stealth or forward, the armor sets, all of the storytelling throughout the game, like, it's just a masterpiece. They couldn't have done a better job than they did. And I haven't played Yote yet. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but like, Tsushima is wonderful in every sense of the word, and I would go back and play it again for sure with no complaints. This last time I played it on the hardest difficulty, not lethal, but the other hardest difficulty. I would love to go back and play it on lethal and see how much more of a challenge it is, being that everything one-shots you. It sounds like it'll be a really cool time and a really fun experience, so maybe we'll do that. Moving on to the last game that we played at the end of the year, moving into the first day of this year. Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus. I didn't know what to expect getting into this. I played the New Order a long time ago, and I really enjoyed New Order. I thought it was a fun, like, just run through kind of shoot 'em up, and like it was pretty cool. This though was a different experience for me because this was also my first platinum game ever, and if anybody knows, the platinum in this game is absolutely ridiculous. So this was a viewer challenge. Shout out to Killcam if you're watching this. I'm talking about you, baby. But yeah, no, it's really cool. It's a good game. It falls short for me in a lot of aspects because the game is really buggy, and anybody that's played this knows that. It just, how do I explain this? Sometimes it works like it's supposed to, and other times it just doesn't do what it's supposed to at all. The gun upgrades are cool. Some of the abilities you can get are pretty cool. Some of them are kind of lackluster. The story is pretty awesome though, to be honest. Like, I really enjoyed the story overall. It was kind of a neat experience to see kind of what happens after the New Order, and the New Order was a great game too. I just think this game falls a little short because it has aged once again, and it really shows it. But overall, the game's fun. It's a challenge if you play on the harder difficulties, and you know, I definitely could recommend this. But for me, I think it falls into B tier. I think it still needs, we need a newer version of it or something, or they need to come out with an update, which I highly doubt they will. It just feels unpolished at points, and like it shouldn't, because it's a complete game. So yeah, but that's the rank for every game that we streamed this year, and we're gonna head back over to the chat screen so you can see my face. All right, y'all, So that was the rank for every game that we streamed in 2025, and I appreciated most of them, to be honest. It was overall a pretty cool experience to play most of the games that we played. Some of them kind of fell short in areas. Like I said, Schedule 1 was kind of a hard game for me because it was really fun in the beginning, and then toward the end there was like wasn't anything to do, and that like really sucked. Goblin Cleanup was, I think, a beta at the time, and like it was just like one of those like really grindy games that was also just kind of boring, and like maybe like more of a chill vibe for a lot of people. Like if you're just like kind of vibing on your couch and hanging out, or you know, I guess at your desk, because I think it's only a PC game still, and you just want like a cozy game to play, then it's right up your alley, of course. But for me, it's just a little too slow and a little too grindy, and like it was just okay. But Peak, Ghost of Tsushima, Silksong, those games are out of this world. Like some of the best games I've ever played in my life, to be honest, and I've played a lot of games. All the other games we spoke about are also pretty solid for the most part. I just don't agree with Fortnite. Cuphead wasn't my cup of tea. Hollow Knight was cool, but not compared to Silksong. Repo is a cool friend slap horror game, but it had its moments of I was like, whatever. Skyrim is Skyrim nonetheless. Wolfenstein was kind of a buggy disaster at moments, but a fun challenge, and it was really, really cool to platinum the game. And it was a really cool New Year stream too. Battlefield 6, fantastic multiplayer game. I love it. It's a callback to Battlefield 3 for me, and it was amazing. Ninja Gaiden 4, cinematic masterpiece, challenging as well. Oblivion, I'm totally biased, so it's higher on the list than it probably should be, but I have a love for Oblivion and have been playing it since I was a kid, so there's that. Sekiro is a totally different take on From's games, and it does what it's supposed to do. It's wonderful. It's hard, it's cinematic, it has all the good things about it. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, guys, and you want to see more content like this from me, maybe we can rank some different games that I've played. We're going to do this again at the beginning of next year, hopefully. Make sure to subscribe and turn notifications on so you can see more of me. And I'm also live on Twitch at 1 AM PST damn near every day, and if we take a day off, then we'll let you guys know in the Discord, so make sure to go join the community Discord as well. I hope you guys have a good night, and I hope you enjoyed the video.